Hello, dear viewers, and welcome back to our channel where we explore the fascinating world of royalty, past and present. Today, we delve into a truly remarkable story of transformation and dedication within the British royal family. We're looking closely at the journey of Queen Camilla, a figure who has navigated a complex path under intense public scrutiny, and how, according to recent reports and insider accounts, she ultimately earned her place not through ambition, but through steadfast loyalty and a profound commitment to her husband, King Charles III. It's a narrative about defying expectations and the quiet power of unwavering support. Before we immerse ourselves in the details of this compelling chapter in royal history, may I kindly invite you to show your support for our channel? If you find our content informative and engaging, please do take a moment to click the like button and consider subscribing. Your support truly helps us continue bringing you these in-depth royal updates. Now let's turn our attention to Queen Camilla and the significant steps she took, particularly one meaningful gesture rooted in her love for the king, which seems to have silenced many of her long-standing critics. Recent information, highlighted by British news sources, sheds light on Camilla's mindset when she officially joined the royal family. It's reported that when she married the then Prince Charles back in 2005, securing the title of Queen was far from her primary objective. Indeed, the initial understanding, widely discussed at the time, was that she would be known as Princess Consort when Charles eventually ascended the throne. This was a reflection of the delicate situation and the lingering public sentiment following the tragic death of Princess Diana. Upon entering the intricate world often referred to as the Firm, Camilla adopted a strategy reminiscent of her father-in-law, the late Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh. She consciously chose a path of discretion, focusing on less prominent royal engagements, often working diligently behind the scenes. Her approach was characterized by quiet dedication and providing steadfast, unwavering support to her husband, who carried the considerable weight of being the heir apparent. This was not a role played out under the glare of constant seeking spotlights, but one defined by quiet contribution and presence. Adding weight to this perspective, an insider source connected to Buckingham Palace recently offered a compelling insight. This individual asserted quite firmly that Camilla had never been pushing for the title. Never in 1,000 years. This statement directly confronts the narrative sometimes painted by critics or commentators suggesting a long-held ambition for the ultimate royal title. The source elaborated further, pushing back against assumptions. Some people have said, oh well, of course it was what she always wanted to become queen, but absolutely not. This emphatic denial from someone reportedly close to the inner workings of the palace paints a picture of a woman motivated by factors other than personal elevation within the royal hierarchy. It suggests her focus was elsewhere, perhaps on her relationship with Charles and her commitment to her duties as his wife and Duchess of Cornwall. Interestingly, this perspective contrasts somewhat with the views apparently held by some long-serving palace aides. These officials, it shared, held a different expectation. According to reports, no one there within the palace establishment ever thought she would be anything other than queen. This perhaps reflects an institutional understanding of protocol and the traditional position of the wife of a king, regardless of initial public announcements or Camilla's personal inclinations. It hints at an internal belief that, eventually, tradition and Charles's own wishes would prevail. This brings us to the intentions of King Charles himself. It's understood that the king was deeply committed to ensuring Camilla received the respect and status befitting her position as his wife. Sources suggest he aimed for her to be accorded a level of recognition and treatment comparable to that which would have been afforded to his late wife, Princess Diana, had circumstances been different. This wasn't necessarily about comparison, but about ensuring his spouse, the woman by his side, held the appropriate title and standing within the monarchy. His desire was reportedly clear: his wife would be his queen. However, perhaps the most pivotal factor in Camilla's journey to the title of Queen Consort, and now Queen, was the endorsement from the highest authority within the family, the late Queen Elizabeth II herself. This was not a passive acceptance, but an active public declaration of support. Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, in a move that resonated across the Commonwealth, made her wishes known at a carefully chosen moment. She endorsed Camilla as the future queen consort, signaling her personal approval and effectively paving the way for a smoother transition in public perception. An insider familiar with the events surrounding this decision shared the significance of the Queen's timing and motivation. Her Majesty felt that it was important that it came from herself. The thinking behind this was strategic and deeply personal. Queen Elizabeth II apparently believed that if she accepted and wanted this, there was a greater chance that the country would do too. It was a calculated move, understanding the immense weight her personal blessing carried with the British public and beyond. Her approval was seen as the ultimate validation. Furthermore, the timing of this announcement, which came during the lead-up to her Platinum Jubilee celebrations in 2022, was described as quite deliberate. The former royal aide revealed a poignant reality. Queen Elizabeth II knew she had a terminal illness and wanted the loose ends to be tied up. She knew her time was limited. This adds a layer of profound significance to her declaration. It wasn't merely a statement about future titles. It was part of her preparation for the end of her historic reign, ensuring stability and clarity for the monarchy's future, settling matters of succession and status while she still could. It was an act of both statecraft and matriarchal foresight. What were the reasons behind Queen Elizabeth II's decisive endorsement? The source provided clarity on this as well. It wasn't a decision made lightly. The late Queen reportedly felt that Camilla had proved herself. This proof came through years of observation. Queen Elizabeth II recognized that Camilla had proved herself to be a loyal and loving wife to her son Charles. This speaks volumes about the personal relationship dynamics observed by the monarch. Beyond the personal demonstration of loyalty and affection within the marriage, Queen Elizabeth II also acknowledged Camilla's public contribution. The source noted that the Queen felt Camilla had stepped up to the plate in terms of public duties. Over the nearly 2 decades since her marriage, Camilla had taken on numerous patronages, carried out countless engagements, and represented the crown both at home and abroad, often with quiet dignity and diligence. She had become an integral working member of the royal family, fulfilling the responsibilities that came with her position. So, this narrative presents a compelling arc. From a figure entering the royal family under challenging circumstances, initially designated to hold a lesser title, to someone who, through years of quiet service, steadfast support for her husband, and demonstrated loyalty, earned not only the king's unwavering desire for her recognition, but also the crucial and deliberately timed public blessing of Queen Elizabeth II. The journey suggests that the title of Queen was not something Camilla actively pursued from the outset, but rather a status conferred upon her, grounded in her perceived merits and the wishes of both her husband and her sovereign mother-in-law. It's a story that emphasizes resilience, the importance of duty in the royal context, and perhaps the slow but steady evolution of public perception. This account certainly offers a different perspective from the one held by some critics over the years. It highlights the significance of Queen Elizabeth II's intervention and frames Camilla's ascent as earned recognition rather than calculated ambition. The deliberate timing, linked to the late Queen's awareness of her own mortality, adds a layer of historical weight and poignancy to the entire sequence of events. It paints a picture of the inner workings of the monarchy, where personal relationships, institutional expectations, and strategic decisions intersect, particularly during moments of transition. The contrast between the insider claiming Camilla never sought the title and the aides who always expected it perhaps reflects the difference between personal aspiration and the perceived inevitability of royal protocol once certain hurdles were cleared, primarily that of public acceptance, which Queen Elizabeth II's endorsement significantly addressed. This journey, culminating in Camilla being crowned queen alongside King Charles III in May 2023, is undeniably a significant chapter in modern royal history. It underscores the themes of loyalty, duty, love, and the intricate dynamics within one of the world's most observed families. So, we've traced the path outlined by these reports. Camilla's initial position, her strategy of quiet dedication, echoing Prince Philip, the differing views on her ambitions, King Charles's steadfast support, and crucially, the powerful and timely endorsement by Queen Elizabeth II, motivated by Camilla's proven loyalty and service, and the Queen's own desire to settle affairs before her passing. This narrative suggests that Queen Camilla's title is the result of a long game of patience, service, and ultimately the approval of key figures within the monarchy, rather than personal ambition. It's a story that certainly provides much food for thought regarding the nature of duty, perception, and change within the royal family. What are your thoughts on this perspective of Queen Camilla's journey? Do you recall the initial discussions around her title back in 2005? Does this account change your perception at all? We would be genuinely interested to read your opinions and reflections in the comments section below. Civil discourse and shared perspectives are always welcome here. Thank you so much for joining us today for this exploration into the story behind Queen Camilla's title. If you found this discussion valuable, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and perhaps click the notification bell so you won't miss our future updates on royal matters. Thank you once again for watching. We look forward to welcoming you back for our next royal update very soon. Until then, take care and goodbye for now.